Mr. President, it's General Carville at the Pentagon on line 5.
This is Dugan.
Mr. President, I'm afraid we have a heck of a situation down here.
How bad could it be, Ben?
According to NORAD, we've got Soviet aircraft coming at us from all directions and ground troops pushing up through Mexico. I don't know how they snuck in on us.
You better double check this with NORAD. This doesn't make any sense. I'll call the Kremlin.
Will do.
Da, Premier Romanov here.
What's going on over there, Alex?
Why, Mr. President, whatever do you mean?
Alex, I have, You're throwing everything you've got at us, Alex. We're supposed to be allies, you maniac. I'm the one that put you into office.
Listen very carefully. I am not your pet, Mr. President. We Romanovs have our legacy to consider.
I don't give a wooden nickel about your legacy. You call them off. Alex, you call them off. You know, we'll retaliate.
Oh, don't be so sure, Mr. President.
Sir,
Verification?
you betcha.
Sweet mother. It's time to hit back. Make it happen.
Yes, sir. This is General Carville. Soviet invasion confirmed. Execute launch order 010 Adam Delta Charlie.
Have confirmation. Missiles prime.
Armed!
Missile command.
10 seconds to launch. Open the missile silos. Jerry, what? We have to open the silos, or they'll explode under... The silo doors are closed. This is suicide.
Is it done, Yuri?
No, Comrade Premier. It has only begun.
Hello everyone and welcome to Command & Conquer Red Alert 2, which is, as you have probably guessed, a sequel to the first Command & Conquer Red Alert. And once more, the Soviets and the Allies are at war, as you could see from the introductory cutscene, but this time we have more focus on the United States as opposed to Europe. So let's not waste any time and dive right into the campaign. New campaign? We're going to start with the Allied campaign. As usual, I'm going to play both campaigns. This time we don't really have missions to choose from. Both campaigns have 12 missions and you only get that there aren't alternative missions and there aren't different maps for different missions. But overall the campaign is pretty well designed, so that's not really much of a flaw. And as usual, I'm going to play on hard because I'm hardcore. So let's start with the Allied campaign.
Commander, good morning. We've successfully instituted the President's Emergency Lazarus Protocol. I'm Lieutenant Eva, the intel officer assigned to your command. And since you're the only commander left alive, I guess I'm pretty lucky to have a job. It appears that we have suffered a full-scale Soviet invasion. Nearly all our major cities are under siege, and our forces are in complete disarray. Please stand by, Commander. We have an incoming broadcast from General Carville at the Pentagon.
I hope you're rested and ready, Commander, because as of 0800 hours, you are in control of every satellite, base, tank, airplane, enlisted man, woman, and child in the eastern United States. You answer to the President, and you answer to me. Your ops officer and vital lifeline will be the Lieutenant. Your point man for this mission will be Special Agent Tanya.
General, I hope the commander is up to speed because we don't have time to waste.
I'm sure Tanya has every confidence in you, Commander.
Oh, you're sure? Well, it's not your life that's on the line out here.
She's the best there is, but you'll get along better with the Soviets. You'll get started immediately. First stop, New York. The Lieutenant will give you the details.
Not long ago, the Soviets made an amphibious landing on Manhattan Island and are using their ground troops to systematically take over the city. Fortunately, we still have a hold on Fort Bradley, but our comlink has been severed. If you can get Agent Tanya into Bradley, she will re-establish the link. Good luck, Commander. Establishing battlefield control. Stand by.
The Soviet Navy is attacking the Statue of Liberty. We can't let them get away with that. Sir, is there anything you can do?
Incoming transmission.
Tanya here. Listen up. We got a couple commie dreadnoughts in the harbor, looking for a special sightseeing tour of the Hudson River. I say we give them a very special view of the bottom first.
Alright, here we go. So we are in control of Tanya, the Allied commando from the first Red Alert, even though this is basically another agent named Tanya. It's not the very same person. But the continuity between these games is very, very loose, so yeah, you can kind of ignore this. So this time Tanya is way more useful, so she can swim, she can destroy ships with one C4 charge, and she can be put into guard mode and auto fires as opposed to the first Command & Conquer. So yeah, you can't save the Statue of Liberty here, I don't think it's possible. It's basically scripted to be destroyed. There is Soviet TV.
Invitation to citizens of United States from the great Soviet Union. See your liberty, how she lies broken before you. In but a moment's time, your once powerful city of New York will follow in her footsteps. The choice is yours. You can continue to mourn your past or surrender and join us in the great Soviet Revolution.
Doesn't sound good. We're going to have to double time the rest of the way to Fort Bradley. Our ally is under attack.
So here we go. So yeah, Tanya is basically your go-to anti-infantry unit, and we also have a bunch of GIs here. GIs, when undeployed, they only use their handgun, as shown here. That's pretty weak, but when deployed, like this, then they are sandbagged, and that makes them way more sturdy, and it also allows them to use their machine gun. So deployed GIs are actually pretty sturdy and can easily destroy light vehicles. So I can't garrison these buildings, unfortunately. So let's build a barracks. I'm just going to deploy these guys here. Actually, that's not really necessary.
Good work, Commander. We're back in contact with the fort. Tanya has sent over intel on the location of an important Soviet supply base in the area. General Carville would like you to dispose of it ASAP. Oh, keep up the good work, sir.
Alright, so we have to destroy the Soviet base here. So here we have an engineer. Yeah, the Allied engineer is much smarter than the Soviet engineer. The Allied engineer and Soviet engineer are actually one of the few units that are identical for both sides. Unlike in earlier installments, the series here, almost every unit is different for the Allies and the Soviets. The only units that are identical are the amphibious transport and the engineer. They have different voice sets, but they are otherwise identical. And even units like the harvesters aren't identical, though. As you can see here, we've got the chrono harvester. The chrono harvester can carry less ore, but can teleport back to base once it's full. And the Soviets have the war harvester instead. The war harvester, it has better armor, it has a gun, but it has greater capacity, but it can't teleport. So yeah, they are both used. I don't really think one of them is inherently better or worse. So let's kill this guy here. So I don't really want to run to those guns, so let's blow up these explosive barrels, which don't really destroy the guns. Never mind. So maybe I can give them low power. So let's give that a shot. Yeah, doesn't look good. Whoa. I almost lost Tanya here, that was pathetic. But luckily, thanks to veterancy, she will regenerate. Wow. That was ridiculous. So, I'm already getting sloppy, and this is the first mission. So, yeah, as you can see, the Soviets have these conscripts. Conscripts are probably the worst unit in the sense they have the weakest firepower and everything, but they are very cheap. So yeah, they do have their use, but I definitely prefer the Allied GIs. So yeah, the Allies, you always have GIs, even if you're not actually playing the Americans. So yeah. Okay, so let's just blow up this barracks here and we should be done. There we go. So, my rank is Staff Sergeant. Your lightning counterattack blunted the Soviet invasion. Yes, you can see there is a part-time here, and this is my time. So if you are over part-time, you get a slightly lower rank. Here it would be Sergeant instead of Staff Sergeant. And here it would say, New York was almost destroyed because it was so slow, or something like that. So it doesn't really matter for the campaign. The missions will always be the same, and even if you are over part-time for every single mission, I'm not aware that there's any negative effect for that. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time in the second Allied mission, so take care and goodbye.